Tapi ini kor kan? Berapa? Ini salah. Mana?
Si bleu qui saya bleu untuk nak jenis ya di kita tisu kita uat produk produk we pokok beli kamu bapa betul atau mah pokok benar dipanya balik bapwe we rati awet ke atas kita hilawe atau jenisnya i behem malu bapwe kita kita jenisnya ya kalau besi bleu lagi kita kalau sorata kapula puera bapwa keli bapwa kenyoti dipanya bapakri mutu bapwa nak kubola dah sekitar lebih het dulu cikgu tapi yang punya orang tak berdaya di banyak ama lebih ke maluda ke putihnya ada kalau soalnya buat muka di banyak ni berdaku baguti tu ubah dah het dulu cikgu biwi nanti soal ni boleh berbagi bama dah film makan ni betul nak buat ni awak ni minta lah abad dua agak dulu mau yang semua lagi sekitar kayak ni mau dah di ni atau Heta ya udah pokok benar di banyak kelas hilau ada sebetul dah pokok denolah kustinya ada awak di banyak koplo dah le koplo aku dah jenisnya ini awak di kau ini dah pokok di banyak betul benar dah demi tak pokok di banyak apa pokok mobil di banyak nak kita kustinya dah yang nak sadaya berapa lah ya le berapa sino bahasa nak begini ini kalau berapa sino juga ini tak aku diri tapi lah orang nak ni tu sebab kau tu memang boleh pokok benar lah kisi nak lepas heri hebat buat orang pergi tahu lah mata lupa mi orang sektor otti dari nak saya ni bakal aku kui orang teh lusi tu kebalam mai dah ti dah nak beli bahasa kira lagi nak betul heri lah betul mutasi anak saya dah kelas Lepas aku baku tela pun pokok di banyak kedoni bawa dah buat kelun ni kedua thot lalu nak kurang nak tak kim balon ya aku ni jenisnya ibu orang pokok dokasa awal dah ini kau hina pula tak le koplo lalu aku baku tela aku sing lalu kepala syara dile kepala kuali tapi banyak lah tak le koplo aku ni lah mudah tu tak cerita.
Baju pa, pasal susah, si blue na, malu, nampak buka apa, betul nak away ini suai malu, dah kau dah pergi apa pun lalu kau timnya, tak lori, tak pergi masa bah, berapa kenapa pukul lu tidak dah putar sahaja tidak pa, le tak tahu le ada mani atau tak malu madok, mu pati tidak ada sopo putih tidak pa, bersaing suara lalu sesuatu, putar sahaja. Le na lu kelas padu we le mana maka plu batai tak lu tidak pada so dan le atau ju abu dah kini betul nari we kete kedua tak lalu so dah we ke rala no tak lu tidak pasu buat tidak pau kita kesaku ubado dari kelas ke sila we tak kete kedua tak kele tak vi baba Oke, keblu lu, weka agak awal. Tapi kami bakal lu, terpuluh, biasa malam apa datu di, tapi kedua thot. Kami dah nota dah kau bagi kami kalau datinya napa, dati dabak, lepas bakal lu, tapi kami bakal lu terpuluh, malam apa you are a me couple, but I will bless her with us over Mopa, Taratama Pudita, go got a little in my head, so about what is over Tasakato, KE look at, Kino, but I get Robert Hill and Poga Kuno, go back south. In like Sakata, oh, and so.
Oh, mine is different. Okay, good.
Hi guys. Can I get a hand of anyone who's a senior in high school? Okay. This is going to be really important for you guys. All right, today I'm going to be talking about the college path, and I'm going to be introducing you a little guide to it, okay?
Stay a little bit in around too. As much as you can.
Can you come translate? The new you get that plan, they get about what college ma. Who's going to translate?
That's okay, you do it the way.
Okay. Can I go to the next slide? Introductions. My name is August Tu. My major is physiology and medical sciences, and I'm currently a W. Frankie honors student. Next slide. The Bible verse that I have prepared today is Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent leads to the profit, as surely as haste to poverty. Okay. Do you want me to read this? Okay. Why college? Who here doesn't know if they want to go to college? Can I get a hands? You guys all want to go to college? Nyako, you want to go to college, right?
I think I'm not in college. I'm not in college.
According to Forbes, people with bachelor degrees are expected to make 15,000 more than people with just a high school diploma, an associate's degree.
Para college degree and now my meeting in I say I'm the light with the school year in college degree.
And I think it's really important that we show current excellence through college. If you have no plans or no idea what you're going to do in college, I like to reassure you by telling you that most people that go to college are undeclared.
Wow.
80% of students in college change their major at least once.
While costing like a yard of college acting sort of way that let come on the way a started blow.
And then on average, people change their major at least 3 times during their undergrad.
Okay, I think my way a bachelor kind of what is sort of way that a major, I let my way the Lord.
Your first year in college, you don't have to know what you want to be.
The later John College was super and we do a little about the young person was there and the man who will have.
Next slide. This is my scholarship advisor, Jackie Clark.
Away by another we have a scholarship in Master Jackie Clark.
She didn't have any intentions of going to college, but later she graduated from NAU after being forced to by her parents and got worked for the state for investigation, and she doesn't regret it.
Away to where I live at college, and I came over my school, the our level, our graduating, not to me whether I keep to sister, the our attack cooler move, I must go, Maluba, without my way, where
I think your story could be a lot like her if you don't have any plans on going to college.
what about the talent, the talent, by the law and the all, the flag, the guy who meet with the night, the new master mark and
Where do I start?
you can start to play.
High school is really, really important for you.
ဒါလည်းတော့ထွန်းထွန်းလေးကအရေးယူဖတ်နေလို့
You should connect with your advisors, teachers, and career centers.
လက်ပြကလဆဲတော့ကလည်းလည်းဒီပါကွာဟိကူနာနေပါတော့ကွာခုစကမနာနေပါ
Your advisors are people who schedule your classes. They always have events opportunities listed for you about your major or whatever you're interested in, especially in high school. It's really important that you get to know them.
ကွာလည်းကူနာနေပါနေတော့လည်းကြီးရတော့မလို့ဒီပါလေဝတ်ဒီကူနာတော့အဝဲဒီကူနာကဖာလာတာပဲကရမီဒီတဖာနော်လည်းဒီနာကဒီဖာဒီတဖာလည်းမဆလာလည်းတာဆဲနေပါမ
It's also important that you get to know your teachers because they can write you letter of recommendations, which are vital for both scholarship and college applications.
လက်ပြမတင်ရတော့တာလည်းတက်တာဒီဖာတော့လည်းဝတ်ဒီကမဆလာလည်းကိုယ်နာလည်း recommendation လီတီတဖာမှာဒါ software လိုက်ဘူကောရလည်းတော့မှာ
And if you're in high school, make sure to visit your career center a lot because they offer vouchers for free SAT, ACT. They also have a lot of information about events that are coming up, about colleges, tours, and that's something that you want to stay updated on.
အဝဲပါကလည်းတာပြတာမှာလောကတာနော်ဝဲကမစတိလပါကလည်းဒီသူပါဒီကတော့စက်နော်ဒီခါနေစတိလပါအပွေးရောမီမီဒါဝိတာဒီပါလာတဲ့ဘောတော့ဒီပါ training ဒါမှလို့ဒီပါလာတဲ့တော့ဒီခါနေအဝဲဒီကူဒီခါနေတယ်နော်တဲ့
Next slide. In high school, the classes you take are important. So taking honors in AP classes are more difficult than regular classes, but it does increase your GPA, your weighted GPA.
When we talk, when we hear that Dolly Palette, that Tony non on what called the honors class, the AP class is kind of me, what is Tony, Dolly Palette, but he non the Nakene, our national and Amani, but for non the money, college, Dolly Palette, accrediting class.
Colleges do look at your classes and what you take. So having at least 2 to 1 honors or AP classes looks really good. And it also gives you a chance at getting credits for college that you don't have to take and classes that you don't have to pay for.
When that he at all pocket party, college of when we get a dollar non popular meaning with any the money credit to the popular, the need to college level, I would only away game of that have the double number.
The ACT, SAT is a standardized exam that most colleges use to assess if they want to accept you or if scholarships. How they use it is they can determine how good your financial or your scholarship merits will be.
Now we talk college only, no? That was a key part of ACT, the SAT, only about the that and about many on it. College only part where I'm not the low and properly, I was thinking whether you don't search and whether you now, this software scholarship in time now.
You could take this test any part of the year, but I strongly advise you to have it done by your junior year so you're ready for any application.
That's also where you can they roll out and not really a big journey. Nami ola seated door, Nami for seated door in a not a wing off the fuel for seated door away. Nami him pass it, I just said where they need beyond in the way.
The AC test, that test is more fast paced. It has 5 sections to it. The average SAT score is 21. The highest is 36.
The ACT and Kini or more than when they are taking my dose, 50% on my dose or Kina in see a mini over a year, down of high in the the arcade, we call a Jamie, a man, visitor, and I gave a talk and 30.
So when taking this test, you should strive for a 21. And then they do on this site, the www.act.org, it does offer like practice tests for you to study.
So as God the Brahmani Kisita, away with on Mandu, children that they are. What did you get for
I got a 28.
28?
So I got a pretty good score, but 21 is good for scholarships and just in general what colleges want you to have.
Kisita was after the Brahmani.
And then the SAT score or the SAT test works about the same way, except this test is more slow paced. There's 4 tests, but only 2 sections, reading and math. The max is 1600 and the average is about 110.
Now, no selling to the color, Mahini and the college when you call it SAT. Away, okay, okay, come, I said, okay, when you lay back in your set. With a part or what in the part, the total we are money, a quarter, but I don't need more money. Like a total see.
After this, I'll go ahead and share the slides so you guys can have access to the links and register.
Now, penny, I will get you for telling for ballet, or register ballet, register, that
GPA, your GPA in high school is really important. I can't stress this enough.
I will the taught you on that mom and what call it GPA and read more. I want to why he got as a to grow the
Most people don't understand the difference between unweighted, weighted, and your core GPA. Unweighted.
I think what another GPA what keep us or what keep GPA what keep us or
So your unweighted GPA, which colleges tend to look at more, is your GPA that is all of your classes combined, but it doesn't include any advanced classes. So it's just normal credits for each class. Each class is worth about 1 credit.
The GPA what keep us or what only a donny content what you know. What don't say the
Your weighted GPA is more reviewed by like top colleges, bigger scholarships. This encapsulates all of your advanced classes, honors, AP classes, and the GPA usually goes up to 5.0 to 6.0, or you can't get to that much.
GPA la what keep us on academic but what keep us on looking saying the door no the learning properly the GPA had academic or totally give that they share who give it
And then your core GPA is only your core classes, which are your math, English, reading, and science. And the only people that look at those will be colleges. So your core GPA is only encapsulates your main classes, your math, English, reading, writing, and then on science, but they don't count your gen eds, and this is only looked by colleges, but you still take care of that GPA.
The core GPA general college
Applying for colleges. All college applications typically start August 1st, and the best site to apply for any college is going to be Common App.
The college application and start of August then the detail they popular internet popular Common App.
And then usually with college applications, you usually get your results as early as August and then as late as April. So it's a lot of patience.
So let me detail, that's not very money. The school in the man and the detail August and the thing August that's how to the live thing of that. This is that's my call.
And then next slide. Oh, this is the Common App QR code. If you want to make an account right now, it's going to be right here. Is anyone that wants to make their account right now for Common App?
So common app then away la pata sakit power. Tukar le chukani everyone day. Nami malah camera nami do abu ni away. Kalau la kapan le internet kau ni kan claro nasi lo le do no ni awane kau la QR code.
Does anyone want to scan the QR code? Okay. You get it? Okay. And then when you're making account Common App, make sure to click first year student.
Kena le tu lo common app now ni malah tidak na scooter la wajib kode ni.
It's gonna ask you about your name, your last name, typical information. And then when you make your account, you'll have access to all the features.
Awak tu power, nanti kali tak lo deh mana ni nanti pada awak tu ke data di mana account.
These are the questions would look like. If you have any problems making your account, you can just ask me after the presentation or just talk to me whenever you can.
Nanti kita account ni, nanti tak boleh ni lo bukan ni. Tak kita mana ni nanti awak deh awak masih buat, no?
And then this is what it would look like if you're looking for a college.
Nanti kan juga ni nanti buat college ni nanti lo ada ni.
Common App connects you to all the colleges in America.
College kan mesti kan ni buat detail deh.
Yeah, it's easier than going to each college and then trying to do their own application because this one makes one application for you and then sends it to all the other colleges.
Awak nyola tu apa? Nanti le tak lo berkah, nanti detail le tu upload deh. Nanti ada tu lagi ni. Oh, show, boleh lepas kita lo deh. Okay, awak cakap mana nanti lo follow.
And these are all my applications. Do you guys want to know which ones I got rejected and accepted?
Awak ni ada tahu itu di pada detail. Ni orang ni ada tu le
Yes. So Arizona State accepted, New York University rejected, Northwestern rejected, Rice University waitlisted, University of Pennsylvania rejected, University of Washington accepted, Vanderbilt accepted.
So finally, the Arizona State dulu, University of Washington dulu, Vanderbilt dulu, New York, Northwestern, the Pennsylvania Columbia, like you write something about wait list apa ni? Cuba ni kalau waktu tu pasal ni, ni je serta orang tu dan orang ni lo mana ni.
These are the top 4 colleges in Arizona if you plan on staying in state, and these are the deadlines I have for you guys.
Okay, Joe, ada ni the Arizona, ada orang ni buat apa? Tiga pelak kali, serta deadline pelak kali ni.
The ASU one starts now, and you can apply up until about May 1st.
ASU ni, okay, satu detail baby, underneath the January nanti, nama detail November 1. Oh, November 1.
Oh,
Is that?
that one's a spring admissions, but the spring and the fall admission is about the same. For this year, you begin now and you have until May 1st to apply for ASU.
Dan nama kita ASU, lagi kan kita August lah, no fall, no. Ni nama detail, okay, ni dah dasar kita udah May betul.
For NAU, the deadlines will be March 1st.
You mean like NAU one, a deadline about detail, a lot of people that March betul.
And then U of A is going to be about the same time as ASU. With
Maybe University of Arizona or Tucson, I went for the deadline in about 10 minutes. That one is when you call to the clothing part, a graduate in the loss of key now, about sack or so on.
The biggest thing about college is having your own personal statement. A personal statement is usually an essay telling people about what you're good at, what you do, who you are as a person. And you should develop this throughout your high school year. You should be able to find out who you are, what you can put on paper, okay? Next slide.
เอาไว้คือไม่ได้ดูเนาะที่คนละให้ซึ่งกันนี่มันก็แบบคุยกันมีการคุยแล้วแบบอะไรมันน้องสายังไม่มาจ่ายเลยตาเซลล์เรามีอะไรกันมีสิบาสิบปุ่มมีอะไรกันเลยครอบครัวมีอะไรตอนเจ้าเนี่ยมีการรีวิวแล้วก็แบบสู้หมดสู้เว้ยสู้
So I'll get into more about the personal statement later, but let's look at the tuition and expenses for each college.
ตอนการเริ่มเรียนสิ่งแล้วช่วยเพื่อแบบเพื่อนะเอาไว้
So ASU is about 11,000 per year.
ตอนเราไม่ชอบอะไรส่วนนั้นสิ่งที่เราสิ่งนี้อันนี้ก็เลยว่าจะก็ลาจะก็ฟุ้งเลย
We're only focusing on the 11,000 because the out-of-state tuition is students that come from out of the state.
แต่พอมีใครขอเราสิ่งเด็กอะไรเนี่ยว่าจะพูดต่อแล้วก็เป็นหลักนี่หน่อยนี่เนี่ย
If you go out of state, you're probably going to see a high number as well.
แต่ในมิชชั่นนั้นพอสุดจูละแอริโซนาอัคลานอีกสเตทอะไรนี่ลอจิละแล้วการเรียนสิ่งก็ฟอนอันนี้ที่สัตว์เลยสัตว์เนาะ
Okay, and then you have GTU at 17,800, and NAU at about the same price, 11,896, and then University of Arizona, 12,736.
แต่ไม่มีที่อยู่อันนี้ก็เลยไม่ได้แต่ก็ล่างก็ประชุมกับฟ้าแต่ไม่มีก็NA เนาะ Northern Arizona University อันนี้ก็เลยไม่ได้แต่ก็บูติก็ ASU ไม่มีแล้วจุฬาทุกสถาบัน University of Arizona นี่ก็เลยว่าบูแล้วก็แต่ก็ล่างก็ประชุมนี่
Also, University of Arizona is actually going to be about 14,000. They updated this year.
แล้ว University of Arizona ที่จุดที่แบบวิทย์สุดเลยเป็นนี่นี่แช่จุดวิทย์เราจะมีการสู้ออกวิธีก็เลยเวลาบูทแล้วแต่ก็ล่างที่จุดเป็นนี่เลย
Yes, oh, that's true. Tuition does not include your housing, living, food fee. This is just schooling.
เอาไว้มีจะช่วยเช่นเนี่ยแช่อัพโหลดผ่านคุยหลอนผ่านแล้วผ่านออกเว็บฟีสิผ่านเว็บจะเอาอะไรผ่านมันเข้า
How can I afford college?
ไม่มีที่เปิดได้นี่เนาะยังที่สิ่งนี้จะเป็นนี่แหละ
So there's three options. You have scholarship, grants, and loans.
แล้วได้อยู่เพิ่มยังแล้วก็เลยเติมวันนี้สิซอฟต์แวร์มาสเตอร์สกอลาชิพที่การทำเนี่ยจะที่ต่อสิซอฟต์แวร์มาสเตอร์สกอลาชิพเป็นเรื่องนี้สอนเสร็จลิขิตทางเนี่ยวันนี้loans นะนั่นคืออยู่สิ
So with scholarships are money that are given to you through your academic merit. It could pretty much be almost anything, but it's not money that you have to pay back.
แต่มีจะscholarship เนี่ยเขาก็เลยมาติดปากวีเขียนได้นี่วันที่น่าสิโดนเป็นลูกติดกัน
Grants are usually like governmental aid. They're usually given to you based on a necessity or a financial struggle.
มีจะเลิกเรียนสิสองวันเป็นสิบก่อนแล้วเป็นอะไรเนี่ยเป็นที่ถอนนี่อาจจะเป็นว่าที่เราเป็นคนดีเป็นรู้แล้วเราไอ้ที่คนดีกว่าเวลาเราเสียอุดเลยในการที่ว่าเขาคุยเนาะนี่แรงนี่เนาะ
And then loans are money that you are expected to pay back with an interest.
ไม่มีแล้วแต่เสียที่เสียที่รู้ว่าเนี่ยนี่นักบาที่เกี่ยวนักบาที่ฟิสิกส์เสียเองนะคะ
One of the biggest grants is going to be the FAFSA.
Grant ดูไปเจอดีกว่าก่อนแล้ว FAFSA เนาะ
Everyone should be applying for this FAFSA because regardless of what income you make, there's a chance that you could be offered like an unsubsidized loan.
ว่าแค่เราเพื่อสิ่งนี้เกิดที่ถอยได้แล้ว FAFSA เอาไว้ยังเนาะแค่นี้ได้มาสักหัวอยู่
They offer both grants and loans. So, and also your FAFSA is also looked at by other colleges, other scholarships. Like this is what they look for to see your financial struggle, financial necessities.
Hey, I want the grants in power, that's saying no the power. The college of the power, when I'm losing power, FAFSA, when in your not to say a kind of money.
Again, after this, I will give you guys a slide so you'll have access to the link. The FAFSA time opens October 1st.
So FAFSA day, well, we'll talk about October 1st.
It's first come first serve basis.
So let me check on that. We got your phone in the money. so the money is so
FAFSA comes with limited amount of money, so apply as soon as possible.
from the first Sunday, the Milato City, or the no of the Misha school, the money so little.
And the deadline for it is going to be June 30th.
A lot of people learn as particular fast time, you will have June and Doctor Sina. No, lucky, so I think nice of this year.
This year.
If you're gonna go to college, and I for me or senior, no, for me or Tikito, the cost to the meeting. October, the long to name, the guy for the king of fast no?
Yeah, and so the reason why it's June 30th and it's 2 years is because FAFSA oftentimes they make corrections, and you should also always be checking it and trying to fix it, because that's all legal documents and you can't mess around with any of the numbers.
The deadline about that June, Doctor City, where I said to pipe now, really. The work of the guy will take back a mad, I would take him walking, now anyway, and leave them, I put this out and a mother to it, and
If you do FAFSA, you have to apply every year and keep track of your SAR from the previous year, especially if you're in college, you still have to keep applying.
What is SAR?
SAR shows all the information, like your legal documents that FAFSA tracks. And it also gives you a number, EFC, which is family contribution. If your score is 0, you get higher grants. This EFC number is based on your SAR, and it determines how much money they want to give you.
The need of long, so going to talk and if you have to work on a TikTok, the time that to think about anything, we don't know, I say anything and I say anything and then the ruler say the crop back to that and me, or they think with a mile, okay, you away there, I say you're not a big man, to be with a 0. The minimum is 0 that day, like a money, say what by master day. The talk no, so now, so I don't come here, what I think about coming on the history of mobile Tamadu. We oh, that but a market that the money stay at home.
So I'm going to be holding a workshop over Zoom. I'll talk about that after the presentation, but it's going to be held October 1st, 2023. FAFSA is actually changing their application process. So it's going to be more easier, and by the time I'll be able to help you through it. If you have any questions, mom and dads.
So I got a fast time, you got to download it in a detour. I do one sort there. I would have master with that. October, the door, the Zoom properly. We got one at the detour fast in part. Luar master ini awal, master awal not the October tahun ini Zoom apa October ini tahun popular medical.
I'll have the times posted and I'll send it to Grammy Tennessee.
Awak kita belum boleh ya.
Then I'll probably do an in-person one around August 7th here. And then also I have an image here that just shows you what it looks like. The most you get is a federal Pell Grant, which is about $6,895.
So now where we don't come out the medical memo. The mother tower when the part of the first and low I think the other thing for money the Pahela pay refugees money Pell Grant would have to so what we are seeing, I give one money anymore. No more father, say a door, the army.
Yeah, so low income is yeah, I highly recommend that you guys get work on this FAFSA thing when the due date comes out, because we're low income and this helps a lot.
So that we part away the detail down anymore, or the part we will see how you scan low income that the details so good.
So getting on the application of scholarships want to know your story, where you come from, We're Korean people, we come from refugees. This is kind of like a mix of like what things that defined me in a bit.
So while I scholarship I don't think none of that is how to the down move now. Na awutan ni head pele na see hotel na ke refugee na ke kwa munyo na lukwe chula ka ni ke pa o de say na.
This is where your personal statement comes in.
Hey na no ka sa ka pa no ni no ni ta ri no.
When it comes to scholarships, they usually have two processes, the essays and the interview.
Scholarship ni ni da o ga ni ma ko lo pa keep do the kind of way pa na le ki pa na interview.
Scholarships can have up to 2 to 3 essays, but most of the bigger, not all scholarships are going to require to have essays, but the biggest ones do require you to write essays.
There are where scholarship not only where we are but where essay capital come na ni ka grant tamasala po ni ka ni o de do ba in essay lot in the
And then for interviews are also the second process, and they require you to meet in person with the people, whether it's Zoom or at the facility, and they'll ask you questions that are related to the essays.
Interviews economy me when I learn about that I made maybe a Zoom or the other thing I want to keep about a personal statement and we will not waiting or keep what we go.
Question?
How many interviews went through?
I went through 5 and I got rejected 3 times because of the interviews.
I went to detail but I interview share car. What do you keep what do work with the car?
These are some dates that you should keep in mind when applying to scholarships. You can apply for scholarships any time of the year or throughout your 4 years at high school.
The scholarship ni we dollar property pada na detail the rola
I started applying for scholarships around my junior to senior year. That's when most scholarships appear for students going into college.
The time that's a top detail scholarship in Canada or the secret door secret door seeking door any scholarship in college.
So make sure during their summer between their junior and senior year that your kids are writing essays or looking at new scholarships every week.
I want to the secret door person the for a way whether an essay part or way whether at least already part or what is the door that scholarship in part. When do the results come?
Oh, when do results come? Usually scholarships, depending on where you start them, they're about 5 to 6 months afterwards.
The money a second the money a second na petito we yella kulani what do you think?
The biggest scholarships are usually released late into the summer, so right before college starts.
Maybe the scholarship can't do this pound I would say I can put away that college learn right before like after you graduate.
Yeah, right after you graduate.
So plateau a set plateau when I learn the college job but I have school no and the shop so was the thing now say the college job. Question.
Yes. For the essays? So there's like basic questions like leaderships or like community, but the scholarships will usually have an essay topic already ready for you to answer.
Now, when I think essay, sorry, I could not think I mean, but I can be where I don't put room, but I can be where I don't word it. But I think what did you say the last thing? Usually they ask for what? Are you ready
Like,
for college?
Like leadership, community, scholarship, just a lot about your personal statement. Like practicing your personal statement helps you a lot in the essay process.
After that, but that when they were on this sort of statement, it kind of about maybe my one lot to you might be quite well.
And then when you're applying for scholarships, these are things that I thought were the most vital to the getting accepted.
So I can we take it on now, no? We take it on and teacher scholarship in Pani. Nakaba, we take it on that, Nakaba Lola than.
So these are also topics that you can talk about when you're writing your essays or getting to know more about yourself.
The pen when he sorry, Pani. That is color, Naga school, learn Naga quick, or the thing I told them that we have we can know. Go in there.
Yeah.
So we got GPA, only now man and for sure. Community service. Let that work with you, get put in the master that we get. The thing that's a bit, and share sure that we put out the party. Tell you where we're being, no? I want to go there. The mother, no, the capital matter, the public people here. No matter how we tell it, no? The mother, two or the two no volunteer and about doing not only the couple the couple me the couple the power no when not they open to do that no only kind the queen thing no the sports no that way that saving part no come on what I way good
All right, for your GPA should average around 3.0 for a good, strong application. Most scholarships are offered to you solely based on your GPA.
The GPA is rapid growing with that firm. Then I give you a master six dollars for 20. I would go out with a GPA. Now, the GPA meet totally really.
If in Arizona, state of Arizona, if you have a GPA above a 3.0, you are automatically accepted to all the public universities in Arizona.
If you have not, what is it?
A 3.0 above 3.0.
Okay, the new the 3.0. I'm not going to third than you. Arizona, automatic.
That's Arizona State University, University of Arizona, and Northern State University. And then I know that at the University of Arizona and GCU, they offer scholarships depending on how high scholarship is. And if your scholarship, or if your grade point average is at a 4.0, most colleges in state will give you a full tuition.
So our you of GCU did planning, what they go no GPA or GPA, we scholarship automatic. So I need to learn Louis more than name, no? Louis will love well, I'm not a love well than me. I don't get any scholarship or portfolio.
Usually, and then at Northern Arizona State University, they usually offer a full tuition for having only A's and B's. So if you have A's and B's, you can qualify.
Northern Arizona University. I think you were on a great A's B journey. I was thinking a full scholarship or full tuition.
And then community service. Being a part of community service is really, really important. And a lot of scholarships do offer money just for being a part of a community.
So down my put a work one, we got out to some we done a redo. I would think that I would ask for.
From my experience, most scholarships would ask about how you participate in community, what you did in your community, what roles you took on.
I think I went back as in the city with people
So yeah, make sure to give back to your communities. And also, does AKBC offer scholarships for college students? They do, right?
AKBC, his scholarship. As I didn't do what particular learning. Bang letter ni kita ni, kami pok le, kami apa dua tangan serung.
Jobs are also really important for scholarships because they can show that you demonstrate skills. And there's actually a lot of jobs that do offer scholarships, like Starbucks and Walmart.
Dito tama sa mga kalari dulu, tama ni awal papua, kadang ulit dan sino berbuat malah. Ada kita tama the Starbucks, Walmart ini for scholarship. Tapi juga kami ni learn to kind of like over the flower, the sunlight. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to see there, so I'm trying to turn on the light.
Yeah.
So we'll try and see how it goes.
So with Starbucks, they offer, if you work at Starbucks, they do offer tuition for ASU.
Starbucks, they already with a scholarship there for the ASU, Arizona State University.
And then working at Walmart does offer scholarships for tuition and book fees.
Walmart ni with a door with the
And then your extracurriculars in high school, these are things that you participate in, like little clubs. They help scholarships know more about you. And this also really reflects on your personal statement because you can't just focus on your GPA. You have to focus on things around you as well.
So many clubs the personal statement,
And then some of these clubs do offer scholarships, such as like Coastal and DECA. Your high school might offer these CTE courses, and these CTE courses, they can be at the state level, and that's where you can find a lot of scholarships.
So club get to scholarship there on the both sides.
I can't tell you exactly where these scholarships are because scholarship is something that you have to really search for yourself.
So that scholarship big part,
And then leadership, this one is very general, but almost every scholarship and interview I've been through, they ask about your leadership. And a lot of students, one of the biggest issue is they don't see themselves as a leader and they don't think they've ever been part of like a leadership role. You can be a leader, everyone can be a leader. This is a skill that you kind of have to build for yourself, something that you don't just acquire, but everyone can be a leader. So yeah, make sure you find something that you believe is leadership for you. Question? Oh, sorry. How would I define a leader? I think when scholarships would ask me this, I would say a leader is someone that's not based off like what they can do, but rather like how they can bring people together, what qualities they can pull from each person, how can they help other people's to make a team that works really well, if that makes sense. So a team isn't someone that's good at everything. A team is that someone who can bring out the best qualities of each of their members.
เราปานงานละทางที่เวทเขาเวทที่เกเขาเวลาทางที่พวกมันพูดนั่นมีเวลาพอก็คุณแต่อ๋อ
So if you get any interviews, you can use that answer because people like that.
เราเอาไว้ว่ามีอินเทอร์วิวในซีซั่นนี้เลยถ้าเราแจ้งแล้ววันซีซั่นนี้มั้ง
And then sports, a lot of you guys play sports. Sports are very competitive and popular, and a lot of schools will offer a lot of scholarships if you do really well in sports.
แต่ถ้าลูกคุณลูกเว้ยมีการเรียนรู้ผ่านมั้งนั่นมีนั่นคุณลูกเว้ยมีแค่ทำเนี่ยนั่นมันสกอลเชิพพอเราวันนี้ต่อ
This one is really, really hard though.
ภาษาโคผ่านมันก็มันนี่สกอลเชิพแล้วถ้าลูกคุณลูกเว้ยมีการเชื่อไปผ่านเนี่ย
And then these scholarships, you also are very binding. So if you get a sports scholarship, you have to go through with that sport in college.
วิธีเอาไว้ถ้าคุยเสร็จแล้วก็มันเขาเลิกแล้วคุณลูกเว้ยแล้วนั่นคุณลูกเว้ยมาแล้วนี่มันปฏิบัติได้บ้าง
But it's also good to participate in sports because a lot of colleges want to know whether extracurriculars you do, and sports is one of them, and then it makes you more well-rounded.
แล้วนี่แค่นั้นสมบัติเนาะนี่ก็นั่นสิ่งอย่างนั้นบาดไม่ดีพระโอ้ยแล้วก็ปากกว้างเนาะมีแค่นั้นข้อความ
Okay, now I'm going to tell you how to write your essays.
เราแค่ไว้แค่ที่ว่าหาดูแล้วก็คุยเอเซเนาะ
Again, you want to start off with being the most authentic version of yourself. Your essay should be talking about you, your personal statement.
ก็บางทีเวลาเราโดนเวลาเราเข้าโปรแล้วบางทีเนี่ยมีดู
Your essay, you don't need to expect it to have big words or big writings. Like most scholarships want you to use diction that is modern middle diction, like that's understandable and that really reflects how you talk and write.
ตลอดจะมีเรื่องแบบคุยเราเป็นที่จะดูพอที่ผ่านมาไม่มีพอหลีกการดูแล้วปากพลาดมันที่ย้อนอยู่แล้วปากพลาดมันมีมันได้เลยเนาะ
And then passion. On your essays, you want to be personal and put a lot of emotion into it, but not too much. Just enough so they know how you feel about applying to this scholarship and that you don't seem monotone or like sound like a robot.
เราเริ่มในเราคุยมันมีมันรู้แล้วในเราปากพลาดก่อนนะครับทุกเซตทุกตาเองเนาะที่ตอนนั้นอาจารย์ที่จะเรียนมันโปรเจกต์สิ่งอะไรอย่างภาษาอาจจะมีอาจจะเลิกเนาะแค่โปรตัวที่เราไปฉีดแล้วการเล่นคุยไว้ในการทำแล้วตาเซตเราเป็นทุกตาเองแล้วเนี่ยพอคุณ
Do you guys have any questions about how to write essays that you can think of right now?
แต่ที่ว่าในภาษาเราคุยเอเซ
Also with essays, when scholarships, they usually give you like how long to write it, and it's possibly going to be around 500 words. That's when you're writing your essay, you want to be straightforward. You want to move in a sequential order. So like, don't like get sidetracked when you're writing, make it like straightforward, just go down with your thoughts, go in order.
แล้วนี่คุยมันอะไรนี่ก็เลยทักสอบนะครับคุยเนาะจะมาเลยที่สุดนี่มันเลยทักสอบเลยอะไรว่ามีการเรียนรู้เนี่ย
And when you're writing your essay, do not write about your GPA or like academic profile. You want to write something that they don't already know about you, because when you submit applications, usually they already know like your transcript, your GPAs, how well you did in school. They want to know more about what goes on in here.
มีคุยเอเซคนนั้นเนาะจะโหลดคุยแบบกันแล้วทุกกำมันดูมาเด็กป่าวเด็กมุติป่าวว่าเด็กตีหาป่าสนเนาะจะแบบคุยวันนี้มีพอคุยแล้วมันจะด่าอะไรอะไรที่ด่าเซตก็คุยไม่ได้วันนี้
Most people don't get scholarships because of that reason.
ว่าทำงาน scholarship พอเราเอเซเนี่ยมันคุยเวลาเราจะจูรีกลูดว่าตีหาป่าสนเนาะ
So I kind of like talked about most of this in the previous slide, but another important thing is when you're writing, you want to use like strategies like cause and effect, or you want to make a connection.
So depending on where you got that read to tell them where you can get two about what you got read.
These are some prompts I wrote about. The first one is explain how your personal views or values have changed over time. Do you think anyone can answer the question right now?
แต่ถ้าดีกว่านะคะบอกแล้วนะคะเราไม่ได้เจ็บกว่าดีกว่าเวลาการแล้วปากมีปากคุยแล้วน้องสาวคนนี้ก่อนเนาะเอาไว้ให้สอนแล้วหรอกันแล้วจะสอนแบบสอนดีเลย
Do you guys want to try answering this question?
ไม่หรอกเกรสสิเสือกว่าแต่แล้วปากมีปากคุยปากแบบแล้วปากมีปากคุยเลยเนี่ยเราสอนแบบสอนดีว่าสอนแล้วหรอจ้ะ Can you give them an example?
You could talk about religion before you knew God and then after you knew God.
Aduh, kecil nantinya jual, lebih nantinya dijual ke orientasi lain.
Second question was choose one object, book, and or movie that reflects your learning philosophy.
Lebih kami kuat kuela dari tahun kali lebih tahun dekat kala abad kuela nada sudah nak.
I highly suggest that you guys write down these questions and try answering them on your by yourself at home. And then there's the if you could give away 1 million, what organization would you receive it? Again, these essays aren't always about being like smart academically. They can be really funny like this one because scholarships want to know like your personality as well. And the last question is kind of like very specific. Describe a project or event where you participate or have leadership role. What was your role on the project and how did it contribute to your personal growth? If you can talk a lot about each of these questions, you'll have a good start in the scholarship process.
And
if you can be funny in your essay, go for it. Because again, the people who are reading these are humans and they can laugh as well. And then if you guys do want to read my essays, I can share it at the end. And then interviews, usually people struggle with interviews, usually people don't. It just depends on who you are. Interviews are usually after the essay process. So you'll again meet up either in person or online. And they'll ask you questions more about yourself.
Interview by Adam for SCU mama, and Zoom on the internet for our day. About lesson me at the meeting. Here's how I'm going to start the sister.
My best tip with the interview is think of it as like you're talking to a friend and you're telling them how good you are.
So what you got to do the go have to go to
and also when you answer their questions, you want to talk about it from a personal perspective because again, these scholarships probably already know enough about you to the point where they want to bring you in for an interview. So talk about things that are not on your resume, are not on your transcripts, and something that other people wouldn't know.
So pay me when you as a living they don't know data reading color the or none in the solid pattern miller the check the lead
And then here's some interview questions.
For me,
how are you? That question, one of the biggest mistakes people do is they just say good. When someone asks you how are you, you want to have high energy. You want to be able to answer them more than just good to show that you're interested in the scholarship.
Kalau ni tiba dah how are you ni tu ada good. Dia dapat
Good, and then maybe ask them back the same question, or you say like, oh, the newbie, something like that. It's like really hot.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good. But nyai takku kan rumah.
And then the next question, tell me about yourself. This question is probably, I think, if you're ever asked about this question, you should talk a lot. Have a lot to answer about this question. So when I really suggest that you guys practice these questions at home a lot. Same with the leadership. Again, leadership, almost every scholarship wants to know, what do you do to give back to the people around you? And then last one is, what will you do with the scholarship? It's a simple question. You don't have to be too specific, but just have to know that they're not wasting their money on you.
So now away calling scholarship or meeting a seal than money and or then a sister, later on the sister, or lot people single and the siva. Pasa what they are in now the single community the gate has slow power over than Nagua sister
Again, it's like talking to your friend, asking them for money and tell them why you think you should get that money.
No, I learned it well, and we are same about them money, see where they are.
And then I think we reached the end of the interview. So next slide is just gonna be about colleges, and I'm introducing you to ASU and U of A.
This one?
Oh, do you guys have any questions about the process for scholarships?
And you said that at the interview, at the end of the interview, you always have questions, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. So at the end of the interview, you should always have questions. It's really important that you have questions to show that you're interested in the subject and what's happening.
So the interview, we go down, why interview down with it? Come on, in here and about that people. No? Can you what part of the same design and not in your art? Who done about the day of the go and people.
Before my interviews, what I would do was I would do a lot of research on the scholarship, and then I would come up with my own questions about the scholarship and what I already know. So at the end of the interview, I already had some understanding what they do. I would repeat that back to them, but then I would ask questions that I made up before the interview.
So I went to interview and I went to pass about our scholarship, they did part of me. No, I quite super that people didn't pass. No, interview me winning. Aware that people didn't find people.
Here's some scholarships that you should know about, and I think all of us qualify for it, especially low-income students like us. It's going to be the Dorrance, Gates, and Flynn, as well as Coca-Cola.
The scholarship is for the protein and the pan, and the body para more about saying news, not in pan, get to the pan. Detail in Dorrance, Gates, Flynn, the Coke, no?
Again, you guys will have access to these links at the end of the presentation, so I'll make sure you guys get the slides.
So our anything we come and we are ready to go down. No matter
These scholarships on the sites, they do have like requirements, and most scholarships, when you do get into them, it's they require you to have some certain GPA or go to some events throughout the year. So keep that in mind. And these are really big scholarships, so they do all require essays and interviews.
Scholarship way to define how good long or what I take a few about what essay about interview.
Yes.
Are these scholarships only available for high schoolers?
They are only available for high schoolers.
Not a scholarship depending on high schooler or college.
And then the site is called scholarship.com. This one is available to anyone. So college students as well.
So I think that will be not really
And then I strongly suggest you create an account today and look over, especially if you're a senior. Scholarships, they do about the same thing as what the Common App does, but with scholarships.
So I pay in the account scholarship.com where we got a kind of the team the scholarship don't pay the law we got a common as a the detail to the after the thing where the detail scholarship is
And this just shows you what it looks like.
When I for PhD, I want to
I think you can. Also, if you if you want to go to the University of Arizona, I can give you more information about Scholarship Universe. It's very unique to the university, and some universities do offer their own like scholarship portals.
So me, I University of Arizona, I went there. They have to do that. Scholarship that
And then with U of A, just like many other colleges, they do offer like money if you participate in research, a lot of scholarship almost every week.
Then we participate research that are put in where do that in participating scholarship.
These are all the scholarship I applied for on the right side or left side for you guys. I applied to over 200 scholarships during my senior year.
Where when I see people scholarship, scholarship,
And then on the right side, how many scholarships I got, which is really small to compare to how many scholarships I applied for.
So that
And then so this is how much scholarship I'm getting each year is about 50,000 per year.
So that
A lot of work, like you have to put yourself into it.
So he does set a goal. Turning we we shop
And then of course, going to applying scholarships, you can't expect to get accepted all the time. So these are all this is only a small amount of, I got rejected a bunch of times. And then this one is probably my biggest rejection. It made me cry on the way home from the interview, but this is the most memorable ones to me. But just know that it's okay if you get rejected from a scholarship. There's tons and more to apply for.
So pay the away Papa do one Murphy or Lord or Capori or the Massa scholarship can be kind of away some money on a public team or given a or Cadwani.
I got rejected to this one. I got rejected. I didn't get it. I was a semi-finalist and yeah, didn't pass the interview. And then these are just more about the colleges in Arizona. So the first one we have Arizona State. I only did 2 slides. Schiller did Arizona State University, but he's not here to present, so I'll present for him.
So I wish Schiller. No, I wish everything not good at it. Secondly, over the Schiller, over the leaders. We got master already. Schiller take it over.
Yes. So this is a slide for Arizona State University. Here, there's about 5 campuses: the Polytechnic, West, Tempe, downtown. Oh, actually 4 campuses.
So Arizona State University over there, I look at the downtown college Tempe, the West State had a
Polytechnic in Mesa.
Mesa.
And then this is called the New American University. It's also a R1 institute, which means that they put a lot of funding into their research.
our American University, our teacher was sitting article research in young.
If you want to save money and you don't have a lot of scholarships, I suggest going to university, Arizona State University and commuting.
When I say me to I'm done, we can't do it. Maybe the Jody of ASU, and I give it for the heat, the no car, we move on.
It's a very good university. It's #1 in innovation, and you will get this about the same amount of education you'll get in almost any other college.
Aware that he were talking about the other door of PS only.
And then some programs that Shirley prepared or we're talking about was how ASU has tons of programs for you to participate in, tons of extracurriculars, and there's a lot of like faculty, student to the faculty ratio is a pretty good number.
Undergraduate degree, community or Calvin Malute, we the Choco, Puega, Chudra, Puegano,
And there's also a really good like master's program at ASU, so you can look forward to that.
You got master degree something for ASU.
Again, there's a lot of campuses at ASU. Each campus is actually oriented to the study or the major that you want to be.
So campus, if
you want to be an engineer, it's going to be all the way in Tempe. And then if you want to do medical route, it's either going to be west or downtown.
Medical,
and then Polytechnic, which is Mesa, they usually do like mechanics. If you have more questions, you can ask Sole. He currently goes there right now.
So maybe the Polytechnic and Mesa,
yeah, he's really smart. So if you have questions about ASU, you can either ask Schiller, Zachary, or Sole.
And we can be about color, ASU, Zachary, Sole.
And then ASU also has an online program. So if you know that you're gonna have problems going to school all the time, you can just start taking classes at home.
ASU mostly got an online one.
So with ASU online, you don't always have to like go to the school. They give you an opportunity to take classes online and at home if that makes things easier for you. Lifelong learning, ASU's most valuable digital learning tools are available at anyone at any age, many at no cost. The experience quality of top tier research universities from anywhere in the world. And then college and schools, I did explain it to you guys about how each campus is oriented to your field of study. And then again, ASU is known as the #1 in innovation, which is ahead of MIT, Stanford, which are really, really big schools in the US. And then also, they have a really well-known academic reputation. And from what I heard, ASU probably has like the best support for Asian communities out of the colleges in Arizona. And that's the end of ASU. Let's give a round of applause for Shirley. All right, now we have the University of Arizona, which is the university I currently go to. With the University of Arizona, it's R1 institution, meaning they also put a lot of money into institution, the research institution. They put about $700 million into it.
ဂျိုးနဲ့ဒီကဂျိုးမှာဒီကဥပဒေဥတီညာနာတော့အားတော်တာတာတော့ပါတော့ပါဖို့ကြတယ်
And then if you go to the next slide, I have a question for you guys. Does anyone know what the U of A mascot is, except for Mr. Rowland?
I know because I follow sports all the time. But we do the now. Now the June the parade cover that June the city what they call do that mascot. Mascot now the two down and not have the game of a Jew the person.
Do you guys know it? What is it? What was that? A bobcat? That's wrong.
Very close, very close.
Wildcat's right. Do you know the mascot name? No. It's called Wilbur. Wilbur. Mhm. I was supposed to bring in a prize for that, but I forgot it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Again, U of A is known for its research institution. They've been working with NASA for a really long time now. And they also offer a lot of like programs for like freshmen like me to participate in research.
The main Juba University. It's got who the art or you know the flavor that you put the value or to talk or without way the world. There are some that do that you know hawk law, no one will be about.
And then that's under the U of A, but I also want to say that if you plan on playing sports in any of these colleges, these are D1 institutes, they all play in the Pac-12. So it's extremely competitive to be playing sports there. Do you guys have any questions about the colleges? Any questions?
Yeah, I expect some questions, please, especially for the inspiring high schoolers.
No questions?
What are your concerns?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of? I'm sure we all are worried about certain things. Look at all college you want to buy you down. No, I don't think he's sitting in the about to do now.
Yes. ASU, yeah. I think you have to be 2 years.
Residency and all this thing do that. Only a company on mistakenly that
เราก็มาทุนละมูลนะป่าที่คู่ช่วยแพทย์สิ่งเพราะว่าที่น้าเรามาได้รุ่นมีสุดาว่าผู้ได้เอาไว้เป็นดีก็มาที่เกิดสักหนึ่งว่าอาร์ตของที่นั่นก็อาร์ตพอที่เดียวไว้ก็มีอินซีมูป่าปูนแอริโซนาแล้วที่คู่ช่วยด้วยแอริโซนาว่าที่นั่นก็อาร์ตที่น้องใส่
So nama ulang Arizona we love this. So the question though we have not talked about community colleges because to me that's a very viable option.
Right.
To community college.
And-
So for someone like that, perhaps going to community college for a year, then transfer to
Yeah, that's it.
Arizona State University or could be an option.
It could be an option. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, before you go, there was a question. What a minute, I go.
Do you have any recommendation for which college to go to?
You wanted to be a marine biologist, right? I will. You want to be a marine biologist? I don't know too much about the study of like marine biologists, but I think at the University of Arizona, we offer like a lot of biology researches. And then we also have a really good like medical program there that like our science there are really, really good. I think it's hard to say. It's hard to say because almost all the schools offer about the same thing. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I probably the cheapest option to go with, because I would imagine for marine biologists, it's the graduate school that is gonna matter, right? Like once you have your basic covered.
Do they go to? I don't think they go to graduate school though. Marine biologists.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how hard.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay. That's true. So, your undergrad doesn't really matter too much where you go. It's more of your graduate studies afterwards for a marine biologist. So you could go to any college for your undergrad. Like ASU is probably going to be, or go through a community college and then go to finish your bachelor's at the any like university. But again, your undergrad won't affect your like how well you become a marine biologist. It's usually graduate studies after. So like if you after ASU, maybe you choose to go to like a institution that does only serve like marine biology studies. Does that make sense? Does that help?
And we can talk to him later, that's what we're here. This is a lot
I
of
know.
information. So
I talked to him this morning.
Oh.
So don't hesitate to reach out to us. We want to help. Okay.
So you want to talk about community college?
Oh yeah, I can talk about community colleges now. So community colleges only serve you about 2 years, right? So you have just the associate's degree. But community college is a lot cheaper than going straight into a 4-year university. You can get all the your general education classes, your core classes at a community college. And then those credits will all transfer to you when you transfer to a university.
Julie, clearly the one, the level community college over no for the GCC. Don't declare there's a lot of we can do that. But the also key the community to we are looking at the university a bit of money deep in the door. We move out over the way what on the cross soon. So we're going to all the time in our walk the cross of the go and shop. All this one. So when I allow play a book in this on key the community with a better to transfer the ASU.
If I had not gotten the scholarships I did, I probably would have chosen to go to community college as well. It's a better financial decision, regardless of like how smart you are. I think in the long term, you want to save your money, take it to a 2-year institution, and then go to 4-year.
Now, we about the scholarship in the power, but the community I think that's a problem.
So I got very blessed with the scholarships.
scholarship.
Guys have any other questions?
Do you have anything that you want to cover? Oh, that's the end of it.
I think more about student life about U of A.
Okay.
Not too much. I mean,
And then we can resume after lunch.
yeah, let's take a break. I think we're almost done anyways.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
I really like U of A. So if you want to go to U of A, you can talk to me about it. I know a lot of scholarships. U of A is called the College of Grants. And they are a Hispanic serving institution, and they do focus on the people of color.
You have been taken about in terms of our partner, the direct of the party, to support art. That would be the keyword and so the partner, or what.
They have a lot of programs that assist you throughout your 4 years at the university, like a leadership program called Blue Chip or Trio. It offers a lot, and it's like a college town. So it's like a little city, and then if you dorm, there's a lot of activities and stuff to participate in. And from my experiences, the classes I've taken, the 50-to-1 student ratio, almost all your classes are going to have office hours, tutoring, people that you can reach out to even during the class discussions. And it's been a lot of help for me because I take a lot of credit. So I spend most of my time at school. Yeah, you'll have like a giant lecture hall, but each where you sit, there's like someone there that is always there to assist you. So that's just kind of what I experienced being at the University of Arizona. And the University of Arizona is in Tucson. It's only 2 hours away from home. So if I ever need something from my parents, I can just call them, not like across the country. I think that's all I have to say about the University of Arizona, aside from the weather being really nice, and we have about 300 days of sunlight.
But if you do not have scholarship, it's expensive to go there.
U of A is one of the most expensive schools in Arizona, behind GCU. NAU and ASU are cheaper than U of A, just because my opinion is that U of A is like extremely overpriced, but they do offer a lot for students that are going to the medicine, are going to be studying pharmacy. They have a really good pharmacy program there. It's worth the price. But if you go for any other major, it's strongly advised that you stay home ASU or go to NAU. Or community. Again, if your GPA is high at U of A, if it's above a 3.8, they'll cover all of your tuition. And the only thing you'd have to cover is your housing fees, which is probably going to be about from 13 to 15,000 a year. But that's like expected with like all other colleges if you plan on living at the dorms. I currently pay about 10,000 for my dorm per year, and then 5,000 for my food necessities and any other things I need.
a lot, all like the go. What I believe only she the suit, the
Do you have to share your room with roommate?
Yes, I do have a roommate. So I have one roommate and then we share a bathroom with these two other suite mates. So your housing expense depends on the housing you choose. And then do you guys have any other questions about U of A? Do you guys think you guys would want to go to U of A? No? Okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's just a Google form at the other side. You can fill it out if you choose not to, or you choose to or not to. That's fine. But that concludes the presentation. Evaluation, yeah. I have to,
this presentation.
yeah. Can you actually go to the very first slide? The QR code, scan the QR code and you'll have access to the slides. It's just one question. I just asked for your name, first name, and then I ask you for your email so I can contact you. And then I'll ask you like your thoughts, if you have any questions, if you're too scared to ask during the presentation.
Is that it? Is there any other materials? Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Now we are working on no. About that. How about our class? Great August. I think you had a problem. No, me, didn't know how to.
No, I just want to say, like, you're exceptional, like, you're extraordinary. It's amazing what you have done, and I learned, I mean, even I learned some information that I didn't know before. It's enlightening, it's a great blessing, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud for the Korean people. I think you also represent us. And I don't know, I just wish that, you know, we were more like you in our pursuit of education. And so thank you. I mean, there's no words that could express the extent of my gratitude to you. A lot of sorts of shit, when we take care, part that's part. At a Pitama, we abandoned, we got a lesser where I had do, no, we gave it a Malula you more, working at the stable. Now you got to the Palawe, Papa, with the Pali, you going to the logical say. Yay, no, I will take away, and none of our papa you think now, you think now. I would only get a little quality heavy part, quality doesn't be funny, and you will know my pattern. No, I would have that lesser, the sea I made for full and backlesser, more valid backlesser, nesser, home. Why not in the country, but they all feel out to look the torture, look my way. Then I really. But I don't need to go about Poland, or what happened where the North garbage go, then I give it, but don't go what and go about Poland for work. No, only that he bought go away, put it on the clay, sir. No, the follow that we talk so much while the man so deep in Candy for
And officially, I want to congratulate you for admission to your and all scholarship and all accomplishments, and also congratulations to you for an excellent presentation. Like he said, no, I like it covers everything and all the information. It's almost comprehensive, and each of those you didn't dwell on. So you touched on the precise. It's well thought out, well prepared, and well presented. So thank you very much for that.
I want to say, it's not just he's smart. He is smart, but without all the hard work he puts in, he's not going to be where he's at. that color government can be our share million like share then I give it that people that set the program that away collect away couple of it with chicken that lesson you can keep it in the
အဲ့တော့ဟိုဝီကလာနေငါဘုန်းတယ်မှာတော့ဟုတ်လားโอเค
Pero no es todo yo lo puedo decir en esto para ahorita que para la hora que te para
mais dis quoi non dis quoi parce que si c'est dis quoi mi de allo mi ero ci de la no perché tu cosa e
ခေတ်ကဆက်တော့ဒီတော့အော်ကမနာပတာလဲပေါ်တာဒီဒီကွာစီတော့တော့โอเคဘာခါတိကွာသူရဲ့ခေတ်ဆက်တော့လို့ဆောင်းတာခေတ်ကဖွက်တာလို့ပြော
aware တယ်ပေါ့ aware မှာလို့ကြဘူးလို့ကြဘူးပေါ့ဒီလိုပြပြကွာတရားของมันတော့ဝေးနေတယ်တရားဝတ်တိရတာဒီလိုလို
Away malo también.
I'm studying physiology and medical sciences.
Away bakala ketika do seti the physiology de no ko no ko tu apply tapi kamarin tahu ni pak ni away so benda ni
even
according to
ကမားဝေး
How many
Oh.
years?
I want to be a doctor, so I have to go to medical school after my undergraduate, and then I have to do residency. So it's going to be about 12 years.
so away le jo ne ke so benda ni ke ni we da ni we ne ka ba le ke we su ketika do jo no ketika jo dari ini kebaman lo kalau kasar ini kalau kesekian di seeking
So this is your pre-med.
This is my pre-med.
တော့ကျိုးပို့တယ်ပေါ့တော့ကျိုးပို့တယ်ပေါ့
ပညာကိုပြီးတော့
ဒီကော
Are you confused about anything? So what are you going to do when you get home today?
I lost scholarship there.
yeah pasta coming out
There's no distance.
pasta
What about the house? What do you want?
Oh, boxing? No. I don't think I can.
away scholarship you know what the ba we made a long like a serio makihin masala ni ba scholarship can ni na ba ni mata ta
Yeah. So I think what all colleges see differently, but low income is usually around 40,000.
လောမိုးပါအစေးနေအဝတ်တွေကောက်ရလုံးဝခံပေါ်လို့အစေးစရာမိုးပါအကောင်နဲ့သူ့အဝတ်ရှက်ကစေးတာမစုဒမ်တာနေတယ်ပေါ့ကောက်ရဆောင်းရှိတဲ့ခါ grant ခါလုံးခါဆိုတော့ဒီခေါင်းနဲ့ဘယ်လိုမလေးဖြစ်နော်လောကနာလို့ရတယ် scholarship ဖြစ်မှာတော့ scholarship တွေအားဖြင့်ဒီတော့ order ပါတွင်လို့ဒါပြပါတာပါလည်းတော့ order နဲ့လက်တာနူလာတယ်ပါ grant ဟောဒီမှာဘယ်လိုနစီနမိုးတင်နေစင်ဘုံနာပါစီအခါတော့ဟောလည်းတော့ဘောဒီလူအားတကြီးအဝတ်တွေကောက်လာလို့လုံးခံတယ်တနည်းနဲ့ဒီကလာအခါလာအားတကြီးအဝတ်တွေဘာမှမလုပ်ဘူးဟောတယ် grant help them
For FAFSA, it's also required that your parents have the W-2 form ready. Forms like your tax income return, the 21 form. Of that year, the year before that as well. So
for FAFSA I have question as well as information you share in past as a parent. So I want to ask you that. That's what I want. I want to put it there. Now, me, say the hand, learning scholarship. Learn article one, scholarship about article about how to move about it. The thing that no matter how the world or now, keeping your honor, correct. Right, hello to do, but following the moon about it. The article, Name, Moda, Mara, a say, then you have to start in the lab. Article the overlay command will not correct. Not the China problem.
W2 more your tax more tax income.
Such as security. ID.
So they're changing this year. I don't know. All the next points they changed this year. That's easier.
So I just want to know, so all this scholarship, you only have you for 4 years, correct? Or you can use that after your 4 years when you graduate with master of PhD. Need another scholarship for that.
So, like, are you asking their like renewal every year? So all colleges are different. This is just the sum of mine for this year. Every single, some of them are renewable, some of them aren't. Some of them I don't get them this year, so I get them like my junior year. These scholarship, I guess. Okay, so in college, you get 2 refunds, right? Refunds are where if your scholarship go over cost of attendance, they give you a check that is like the rest of your scholarship money. That's like the month I can tell you. After undergraduate years, I'm losing that money back. It's for yourself. You do whatever you want with that.
I want to pass
Question. Yeah. Our people are scholarship, the money you get about the people. But he didn't. Our dad not able to. The non view. The non scholarship, the money, whether you concern. So the need of that scholarship, that class have learning.
Let you put it a couple of Joe did by his Tamaro, who parted up for the petite or fasa. So this fasa that you're going to be doing it is also for the parents as well.
Yes, parents are always required to be part of the basketball stuff.
Okay. So when you were going through that, you as well as Darwin and Roland, how much of so Roland parents you want to hear, right? So for that past portion, how much of the parents get involved?
So if you're under 18, usually for high school seniors, your parents are really involved with like the getting the legal documents to you. And but after like once you're in college, you can apply for FAFSA yourself based on what you make in your income. Does that make sense?
No, in a sense that so I have a parents, I go over my cousin.
Yeah.
I got to think of all the information that we talk about, right? And that's how I spend for process as a parent. So, and that's me. So for your parents, you know, they have to open up first account and they sit with you and they come. What sort of their involvement for you and family?
Oh, my parents, they don't know too much because I did everything for them, like everything now.
Oh, so that's my question.
No.
Yeah. So, when they go for fast on, ประดูภาคหลวงตัวอเมริกันเนี่ยเซ็กประดูเดฟเฟนประดูภาคหลวงนี่ก็ความเหมือนที่ว่าเนี่ยที่ชื่อว่าซีมูฟาจูโกที่ได้พาได้เลยเนี่ยสิคนเนาะที่ว่าซีก่อนเนี่ยแล้วที่นั่นเนี่ยตาให้มีแค่แล้วฟาสดาร์เราไม่รับที่จะผ่านเนี่ยจะมีแค่ประดูภาคหลวงจูเดอสักเดี๋ยวเลยที่เห็นนะพวกแกรนด์เลยโจ้หาสิ่งที่เรา ASU เดี๋ยวพวก ASU ดูไว้ละภาษาอัตราการดูเดี๋ยวสักเดี๋ยวนะที่เดี๋ยวพวกสอนเช็คแค่ไหนแล้วก็ตามมูปากโกหัดเนี่ยก็แบบเดินอัตราการดูมันทุกวันเนี่ยก็ดูตัวเราพูดว่าเป็นมูปากสู้มูปากหรืออย่าพูดเลยเขาเป็นการเองจูนี่ปากว่าที่ไว้ทำมาแล้วบางงานที่ไหนนี่โดยมาเนี่ยอะไรกันเราเนี่ยที่แบบถ้าเราเล่นการมาเราไปสู้มาเนี่ยสิ่งที่แบบป่วยกันว่าที่ก็พอเรื่องมาการที่มาเนี่ยที่การสอนเราไว้มูปาเทนมาเนี่ยลูกก็สาวเนี่ยมาเมาเป็นโยพุทธะที่จะสอนบัวเนี่ยเย่บัวเนี่ยเป็นโยพอเป็นโยพุทธิบาลมูปาก็โกผ่าพุทธะเนี่ยเอาไว้เลยเอาไว้ที่จะมาสอนเราOctober တော်လို့ဇူကိုပြေးတယ်။ဒါမှဆက်ဖတ်လို့လောကကညောလို့ပါဘူး။ဘာလို့လဲ။ဒီစလို့တဲ့တဲ့မှာပြေးတယ်။တော့ပေါ်ဒီဖားဆိုင်မှာစောက်လို့မူပါအကားကြီးဒါကစောတယ်မူပါပါနဲ့မူပါမှာဖြစ်လို့ပဲ။လေမိမိဟေ့လို့ဒီကိုပါမှာဆိုင်ภาษาในโมปาภาษาโซบีมาโมปาทางสอบเป็นผ่านในเกสิโปเดจูบองพูดทางสอบเป็นลาช่วยเราโมปาทางเป็นอะไรเนี่ย thank you very much for doing so parents is huge help and I'm also happy to hear that you're going to change your form that thing is not use your friend at all I know you cannot make mistake บ้าละคนละอยู่บ่นี่ที่เราทางสอบเป็นผ่านฮัทที่ก่อนทางนี้ผ่านมันจะสู้หมดแล้วยิ่งย้อนดูตัวว่าเนาะยี่ยาเกินอ่ะเดี๋ยวเอาไว้ก็แบบละอันที่เดียวที่มาเลยล่าเอาไว้ละนักคู่ตัวเองต่างกันดูดีนะนักจูภาษากับล่าเอาต่างกันดูเลยiOS ก็ดูเลยในที่นี้นักคู่ตัวเองที่เราเรียกกับล่าเอาต่างกันเลยถ้าสอบได้ผ่านมาก็มาถึงโน้ตเสร็จ so I'm thinking that you're going to cover that right for the parents part ဘုရားလေတော်တော်စီလူဝဲပါလို့ခီတော့တော့ဒါဆိုတယ်မူပါတယ်ဒါလည်းဆိုတော့ computer မှာတယ်ဒီလိုလိုဝင်ဒီကလေးမူပါOkay, the minute about wow, yeah, because you can buy the old years on the man. Man.
เนี่ยเย็นเป็นที่ก่อนแค่บางอันเรื่องที่ก็พูดหมดเนาะอันคนจูเดี๋ยวเอาไว้ที่เราพูดทันเรื่องก่อนแล้วชิ้นที่เดียวเอาไว้ที่เขาไว้กระเป๋าเราทำไว้ที่นี่แหละก็ตัวพวกคนที่มาร้านนี้หมดแต่ที่ไม่ถึงที่บ้านนี้ไอ้รถเขาไว้ได้จูภาษาอังกฤษนี่เขาไว้ก่อนก็มาที่เรียนที่บ้านชอบทำงานที่นั่นที่เข้าใจ
I think that
You can still go to
it's still good.
bit below. But
It's just better to have better educated and also you're more eligible for scholarships
and just more opportunities. A GPA 2.0 is not gonna hurt you too much, like you'll still get to become a university, but you won't have that advantage that you would have if you had a 2.0.
นั่นแหละที่เราบอกที่เราบอกให้แค่ถ้าเราจะเราแล้วก็จุดเดียวต้องเป็นอะไรที่เอาไว้นั่นสกอลชิพเราว่ามันจะมาดีตอนนี้เราได้ 2.7 but not to do number some could reject it, right? I mean, with a very low GPA.
Yeah, my friend, he has a 2.2 GPA, but he goes to Brown University.
Oh, okay.
So again, academics isn't everything.
The scholarship of the data, scholarship loan that taken from the state of state in the law, or maybe we are past that brand, the health brand money. And like a scholarship, you are being the study of what.
Aku ni dia tu si pun aku tu dia tu dia kan baru dia tu kita lekor pula mau baru dia kita lekor pun jangan tu apa dia pun lagi tu kau ada di SU ni dia lekor pun apa jadi dia murah lagi tadi sama kalau kita hati kuat apa kau boleh bertinya bahawa berti kuat bahawa dia tu dia lagi tu dia buka sulit awak tu cakap di SU ni kebat tu macam macam kebat player ni tu nampak lah so berti kuat cuba belajar ciba cuma pasal macam itu kemarin kami mau masuk cuba mau cuba banyak apa macam apa itu tidak lagi lagi pada awal buka jadi pak awal tu ada bahasa cuba itu mau pun dia buka ada mencari jadi kalau ada mencari ini macam macam apa ni sekolah sekolah awal kemudian macam kalau akan lah so jualan kalian orang ni bila ni border tahu kita dulu takkan dia berbaik kelas tu, bapak kelas tu berbeza. Aku ni border kita dah tahu sama lu kalau kita kena kita sama lu buat apa, kita dah tahu kita buat ya, dia tu sibuk pada awal kita khas itu, awal hit kita tu boleh kita buat kau boleh kita mula tanya sama buat kena apa ni, kita dah tahu le, kita dah kau kena buat, kau ni dia tu dia boleh sibuk pada.
Aku cuma orang dia ni kau ni kita semua ni aku orang ni ni aku ni kita ni buat apa? Semua lagi orang tahu ni aku ini dia betul. Kalau kau ni dia tak normalnya ni macam jawab apa? Awak kau ya kita ni dalam macam orang tadi kau ada nama berada nama ni pak mana ni bahasa saya apa ni mana terus itu nak jadi kita oh itu tu minta tu dia banyak ni bang orang apa ni kita malu ada orang tua lah kita kalau kita sekinya ahong orang kita ramai kan soalnya kamu itu Hey, nak malu dah, muka leh pakai malu dah, kita pakai putih.
But even you miss the first year of college, you can still apply for the next year, right? For the scholarship and stuff.
Yeah, you still apply for that.
So our degree, I mean, this where the year, let's see about when we go.
การสอบเป็นความเอาไว้ป่าเราจะมีได้ให้สู้ไปเลยcollegeเป็นเรื่องกับที่อยู่ที่เราพูดว่าว่าเพื่อสิ่ง
The websites that are on there were also for college students, not just high school students.
Scholarship.com. Not scholarship.com.
Aku ni tu awal tu border primo dan bikin awal ni pada buat tu. Lagi uji buat ni. Aduh ni tu awal tu apa le flash kalau buat kan. Flash apa flash. Mesti tu harus ni lah. Ni buat.
Awal
Betul, betul. Senang deh,
scholarship yang ni Orang ni, kalau ada pinjam pasir, normal ni. Kalau dia orang ada, dia orang ada. Then maybe there are weekly, then there's one pass in his own on it, but a brand new and I can be on post out to go. When I mean, happy piano. Then we jail, one pass out. No, but I can be shot. Let's than the blood and things.
I'll ask him later and see what he says.
They go, where does it go to the first and yeah, what over the volatile. So now we need a little more talk where come with the gym of our
October,
I mean, the meaning of
He said it's not mandated to, but it's kind of, right? But I thought it was a minute. Come in the deal.
that's like.
Did it for you.
One question.
Yes.
Is back.
For what? You go to the university at any age, you can do any college, any age.
That's why I don't tell the parent, you will not only for your kids, for you too.
Yeah.
That's why we say no age required. That means I'm familiar with the very well. That means tell the poor one, can I, you know. College in Oriental. You the sound is going to be bad. When we learn to chat and to follow, every clever than the Korean women, then the China getting a when the one in the Chaco. Again, GPA, we must use a character. For your Papa, no more a GPA, one, we must say.
Mobile war. Apa tadi arti kita apa tu kalau vocation. Nah, basic kau jodi apa, mengajar ni scholarship ni tu bukan kirian, no. Kalau kau cuma nasi malu, macam itu boleh kemat ada orang. Boleh tu lu nak kemat, more sen lot di lo sen di le. Ni more air conditioning ni, boleh college jono. Orang apa tadi ni orang ni, ni perlu semua nak scholarship. To this or where our community where you money that kind of say, and Maluman but if they part actually they are not making it to the call what the Jew but how wow, Jew was shared out one day, you got people on the town, someone are calling and then I'll do that.
I think what allowed yeah.
Or student exchange scholarship. From home, we would like to know as well. And also, for example, people from Burma, they not scholarship in the United States. Those type of programs, whether it's
I'm not too familiar with those programs, but study abroad is really nice. There are lots of scholarships that do offer study abroad. Next year, my sophomore year, I'll be studying abroad. But I haven't picked what country. I was thinking Thailand.
So I told you the Palestinian Maluda Chico Lama, one day. The Tico of Academy, the father of your head, I want to whether but the thing I get a focus, okay, love, power, that will cook you before the Jula and Zuna power of that. But he had told Jula, copy of the head, the full scholarship you, undergraduate you, go paddle. I'm going to like opportunity. Then we alone in about out of state fees on that, and we had a copy of the money for scholarship you. The chance in 3-4%. Wahela Jula for your power, the Capeta, and our power the woman. For what to say, scholarship, scholarship money, I think what prioritize for learn pay.
Mainly, I think most scholarships are prioritizing high school students from what I've seen, what I've noticed. I'm sure there's a lot of scholarships for international students. You just have to look at the university.
Yeah, there's some, but usually, and it's always out of state, it's very limited, yeah. People are, yeah.
我们是呢，我们那，然后这些基础的，你说那个本。
Aware, name, aware, the Siki dot, the clue to the Siki dot in the crowd. Tenor has seated down in the backlet. Namasato, the take don and animo. The name called the Lanola Siki dot, we madu, aware to say Kinamo. Me, but aware by the back, the take that we have a thing about. The like aware, but I, while a Siki dot at a college, all we did out for college or mirror, Maluda, Sute, and the Tapita Madi Pamo, Tapita Madama Lodi the Pati or Loma, the Milwaukee can say about the college Juba, but I have so 20 law. For the Hini out of the Kuba, the Toti, but I have the Milwaukee can say over, the non near or the Sute Tapita Ma, you know, did family with this economy. Only had people go with it, huh? Would I recommend the NATO that way on Mamma Nule? Was that as a kidibamo, okay, when we start a railway, okay, daily more, huh? Collect oh, flex start, NAU, what I mean, I would I went start home, I went take away the power, so take October the story, awake about my FAFSA, no? About my way about talk about October the Tony or Saturday more fun.
Oh, particularly with NAU, no state of full tuition. If you have to just A's and B's.
Aware a great in Panyo, take a B, when a money where scholarship is money where Joe approve why he is there no more. But I work about Sato Kwaku teaching at Daklo had a money where or about my wedding and about Sato Kwawe, no?
That's just for NAU.
Only NAU in color, no, and Northern Arizona University. Tableau long. Miss.
How long do you have to go to college?
Finish one.
How long do you have to go to college to get your full degree?
4 years for a bachelor's degree. That's for undergrad. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's about 130 credit hours, right? 100, how many credit? 120, 130 credits. So it depends, and usually one class is 3 credit. So if you take less classes, it can take you more than 4 years to graduate. But like if you're taking a bunch of classes, you may graduate earlier too. But then in high school, if you take AP classes and you do dual enrollment, you know what dual enrollment is? You take high school classes, then you get the college credit. Then if it counts towards, then you can graduate earlier. Like my daughter, she will graduate in 3 years because she has a lot of high school credits that go towards her required credits, but usually 4 years. Does that answer your question? Thank you for asking. Anybody else? All right, if there's nobody else again, yes, yes.
After degree and bachelor degree.
Yeah.
Which one is the
Master is higher, yeah,
bachelor?
yes.
Thank you.
So it goes bachelor, usually 4 years, and then master's 2 years, and then PhD. And my husband has a PhD. That's the highest, and you have to go to school for like 12, 13 years. Yeah. All right, great question. Anybody else? Okay, if not,
this is what I think students that for some reason. We were talking about essay. Right? Essay weighs a lot in many decisions, and the essay will put in scholarship. If you serve in a church, your personal story would be like a way up in compared to people who don't. So make it count. And we always talk about the personal journey and what you do for the communities, things like that. So maybe your GP is a little lower than other people. You're competing against other applicants or other students. But if you need help in trying to how to tell the story about the things that you do for the church, we can help you. Instead of just saying I come and clean the toilet every week. There's a better way to tell the story, even though that's what you end up doing. So that's a huge benefit for you young people who come to church and do all those things. The benefit is not just within church, the benefits spill over to your life, with your school, and your career in the future. So please keep that in mind. And also, occasionally people ask me to write a recommendation. For various reasons, the kids who I've seen in the church, I can write a much better recommendation letter. So when you apply for scholarships and jobs and things like that, you need recommendations. Right? People want to apply for. So I write this application. If I hardly see you at all, then you come and ask me. It's hard for me to write a very nice recommendation letter for you. So new church people or new servants, there is a great benefit waiting for.
Me, Tabulama, Sabasasiba, Mupari, Pala, Helen, couple of the second door. The Losara sitting side of the Budova, that head or Maluk Kodari, Siba Kulupa, Siba, Siba, Papa Sina, Ramupa, let's wake up what the Karitaba or any return, hold on here. The Nova, the Bahako, one of my music or work for the get or die, the head was it or the idea where he work less over it of Sidu, the Sidu Abata over the part of Kukuna, the Pakella, the Rado, our enemy hair back to the Paniqua, Planiqua, Kudo. The filata or the all the candy that you got a day, the card that you got no art for the not paying the roller, David, Solar, little passing for what is somewhat there or not, with any about Shari.
When the art of when by the way you find by the one day, more than a man, you can have you know when you keep a course. Why, and one of them you should go. No, whatever. A fully done away. That are you that data about parties, how they good parties. No, we really feel what they did with all that.
Evaluation period, how doesn't get changed? Evaluation, what
ประกอบกันได้ที่มีก่อนจะมีก่อนจะใส่ส่วนออกมาเปลี่ยนเวประกอบกันได้ที่ตัดสุดอาดูมีความที่เวบุคคลที่คุณยืนตีงานที่เราจะขอว่าเวกับปกติที่มีคนดูว่าเป็นงานที่ที่ว่าได้เสนอด้วยงานเรามีตัดสุดอาดูมีการสัญญาขอค่าและการความต่างของที่เราทำผู้ในการโยกเราอ่านมีเราudah kita pun dia kata bahwa itu ada kita tahu dia udah tadi di China terus satunya dia bahkan pun udah punya banyak faktor dia kemudiannya sebenarnya di orang Indonesia di kota sana di dan yang sedang apa dia tentunya tadi apa kalau di bawah ini terbatas bukan jadinya di kota di Indonesia itu bukan pun banyak Now, what tak dulu nama dari wilayah apa Palestina itu bukan oleh aku tahu bukan dengan kita itu kalau ada jadi dia baru baik pun sunya dan mana dari do pun diri bukan diri mereka bukan pun ini ada ini baik sunya dan itu sih safety lah. Tadi di pueblo di mana lebih rumah ini dosa punya dalam kubur kita no jadinya mesti pada pulih banyak kita tahu mesti pada tina ada kita buat kita we le pueblo di mana das rumah semau ini dosa di mana tahu di mana kita betul situ in provide disciplina and then
W from general has only what I hear the Pamo or on it I hear like a daughter of W